Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Wrestling with Laughter. Today, we are going to go over our thoughts and opinions on this Friday night Smackdown. I just got done watching it. Definitely a better episode this week than last week, in my opinion. But we'll get into it, and I may do things a little different than I did last week, but we'll see. We'll do it as we go. But we're going to start this off with Brock Lesnar starting the show off, and he comes out, and before he could even talk, out comes R-Truth. I guess he's back to R-Truth now instead of Ron Killings, but comes out and tells Brock he can't talk that way or do his childhood hero that way, and he continues to talk about how he's going to get Super Cena at WrestlePalooza, which I believe he will. I think he's going to get Super Cena at WrestlePalooza. But they go back and forth for a little bit. It was a good segment. I love seeing R-Truth back in his normal self. I love that version of R-Truth. I'm glad that they included him in this. I think it made it a little bit better and got me a little bit more hyped for the match, to be honest with you. But anyways, we get Brock Lesnar gives him an F5 and rips his pants. I mean, almost rips his pants clean off. It looks like rotten ass. He rips them. And it's kind of a funny moment. And he played into it and was showing everybody his ass. I don't know who was wanting to see it, but I thought he would come back and play more of a heel character than he is. I mean, everybody's booing him because, mostly stuff he had going on before this, and him going after Cena would cause him to be a heel, but he's not. I like the way that they're doing it nowadays, where it's not just a true, heel and baby face. It's, just be yourself, and whether you get booed or cheered, it don't matter. I like that. And then we cut from that to a backstage segment between Sami Zayn accepting Rey Fenix's challenge for his U.S. Open title challenge. And then we come back and they have the match. Pretty good match, all in all. At least I thought it was. I thought these two done a really good job. Sami Zayn ends up picking up the win. And but yeah, I think Rey Fenix done a really good job in that match. Definitely a future star. And then we get another backstage segment between B-Fab and Julia and James, Kiana James, basically talking trash to B-Fab and talking trash about Michin and how she accepts a challenge for in the ring, and then Kiana James and Julia start beating down B-Fab in the ring. And then you get Michin out there to help B-Fab fight off Julia and Kiana James. I love that they're putting more spotlight and more TV time on Julia and that Women's United States Championship. And I had an idea. I don't know why they don't do this. Why not have a U.S. Open challenge for the Women's United States Championship as well as they do for the men's? It might not make sense for Julia to do it right now with her character, but if they ever pass it off to a babyface character, they could definitely do a women's U.S. Open challenge, which I think would be really cool for them to do, and it would give that title a lot more TV time than it got today. But I'm not going to complain. We got more TV time out of it, so I'm not going to complain there. And then we go on to our women's WWE championship match, and Jade Cargill versus Tiffany Stratton. I think their match at SummerSlam was a little bit better than their match on SmackDown, but still yet, they had a decent match, and then they both take a bump outside of the ring, and they both get counted out. Then you got Nia Jax that comes out and starts beating them both up. Which, if you watch my WrestlePalooza match card prediction. I predicted that they're going to have a triple threat at WrestlePalooza, and I still believe. I think next Friday they'll set it up. It'll be a last minute setup for WrestlePalooza, and I think that's the match that they're going for. And I think that's where you're gonna see Jade Cargill take the women's championship. And excuse me, I don't know how much I like that. I like Tiffany being the champion. I think she's been doing a great job as the women's champion. I wish they would feature her a little bit more, but either way, she's been doing a fantastic job. She's fantastic in the ring and has done really good with that title. So either way, I'll be excited. I'm excited to see the match at WrestlePalooza. But before we get into the main event, I'm going to go ahead and talk about some of this backstage stuff that we had. Starting off with Solo Sikoa, pretty much disappointed in himself. I really hope they do something good with Solo, because I'm telling you, I love Solo's character. I loved his heel character that he's been having there for a little bit. I don't like the fact that they took the United States Championship off of him. I wish they would just get him away from these factions, get him away from the bloodline, get him away from MFT. Let him be himself. I mean, I think Solo is so good that if you gave him a chance to be himself and just for a little bit put him in the mid-card division, let him fight people like Sami Zayn, Rey Fenix, Carmelo Hayes, all these different ones, let him fight them and build himself up to where eventually Solo Sikoa could be in the world title picture. I could definitely see it later on in his future, him being a world champion. Not right now, but later on. And I'm telling you, the character that he's been playing has been fantastic to me. He's so funny. You could even turn around and make him a baby face if you wanted to, but I kind of like sorry. I kind of like his heel run, where he's just making fun of people's stuff and being kind of like a funny heel. I like that character, so hopefully they run with that. And I just hope they do something with him. And then the next segment we got was where they done the announcement of WrestleMania 43 going to Saudi Arabia. Now, I made a video on this. It was the worst kept secret ever. And Fari gave really my thoughts and opinions on it. It looks like they're not going to do two separate WrestleManias. And I listened to Santi. If you guys don't know who that is, look him up. He is a fantastic WWE YouTube creator. He is awesome. I love watching him. I listened to what he said, and I agree with him that it's just a money grab, and he wouldn't be shocked, and I wouldn't either, if they keep it between Saudi Arabia and Las Vegas, because who else has that kind of money to bid for WrestleMania? And they're all about the money. So it kind of stinks a little bit. But I'm also with him. I also agree that I'm happy about the start time, that it'd be a little bit earlier in the day. I mean, I do like that. But no, I don't know. We'll see how that WrestleMania goes and everything before we give a final judgment on it. We'll get a brief run of it with Royal Rumble coming up in January. Way the crowd is with that. So I'm not going to spend too much more time on that because, like I said, I'll leave the link in the description if you want to go watch that video. But yeah, I put all my thoughts and opinions on there. So, and then we got another backstage segment between Nick Aldis and Chelsea Green and Alba Fire. And I reckon they're going to be facing the winners of the women's tag team match that's taking place on NXT this coming Tuesday. They'll be facing the winners of that match, and I'm actually excited for it. I would rather see Chelsea in the United States Championship picture. I think she's incredible as a single star, but I understand it. I understand why they're doing it that way. So I'll be excited to see what that match will look like. I do think that Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair will be holding those titles for a little while. So I don't see them losing on NXT. And by the way, please comment and tell me if I'm wrong, but I could have swore, didn't the Kabuki Warriors fight for a number one contendership for the women's tag team championships? Or am I crazy? Because I could have swore they fought for a number one contendership, but I might be crazy. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if I'm crazy. But I could have swore that they did. Then we got earlier tonight we got Carmelo Hayes asking for a U.S. title shot from Nick Aldis. And then after the Chelsea Green, we got The Miz asking Nick Aldis for a tag team title shot. So I don't know if that will. I'm guessing that will be the next feud for the Wyatt Six is Carmelo Hayes and The Miz. I wouldn't mind seeing Carmelo Hayes and The Miz as the tag team champions, to be honest with you. And Carmelo Hayes has so much potential to be a top star. I'm pretty sure he's supposed to be on NXT this coming week. The team with Trick Williams, which ought to be fantastic. I will be watching this coming NXT and giving my thoughts and reviews on it. But irregardless, I think Carmelo Hayes has a very, very bright future if they don't mess him up. And I love that they put him with The Miz. The Miz is severely underrated as a talent, and I think he can take Carmelo Hayes very far and teach him a lot, and I hope they leave him with him. And then we got the history of Brock Lesnar and John Cena, basically going over their careers, trying to make you care even more about the match that they're going to have at WrestlePalooza. Yeah, I get it. It's a big match. John Cena and Brock Lesnar. If I was picking all of John Cena's final opponents on his last year, Brock Lesnar definitely wouldn't have been on that list. I'd rather see him face some of the newer talent, especially if this is going to be kind of a squash match. I don't want that. I want it to be a back and forth match. I want Super Cena, and which I already said I think we're going to get. I want Super Cena back. I want Super Cena to go in there and whoop Brock Lesnar. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see Brock Lesnar go in there and whoop John Cena. I mean, we've seen that time and time and time again. I'd rather see Super Cena back. Bring back the Cena that beat Brock Lesnar at Extreme Rules. Bring back that John Cena to face Brock Lesnar this time. Even though I at that time I think Brock Lesnar should have won, but neither here nor there. Then we got a segment between Sami Zayn and Carmelo Hayes to confirm that they will be fighting for the United States Championship. I'm guessing next Friday on SmackDown. I like it. I think it's going to be a good match. I think they will have good chemistry together. I think Sami Zayn will win. I don't think they're going to give the title to Carmelo Hayes. Maybe The Miz cost him by accident. Don't know. And then Hayes turns around and bumps into The Miz. Miz telling him, I'm trying to teach you and I'm trying to, and all this, and you got to have to listen. And him saying that he's going to be United States champion and tag team champion. He can be both. again, I wouldn't mind seeing them win the tag team championships. I wouldn't mind seeing Hayes win the United States Championship. I just don't think that's who they're giving it to at this point in time. And then let's go ahead and go over our main event of SmackDown, which had Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton. A decent match. Definitely wasn't their best match that they've had against each other, but all in all, a decent match. Drew definitely looked better in this match than Randy did. I'm glad. I was wondering if they would or not, but I'm glad they gave Drew the win. I think Drew needed the win over Randy, especially since setting up for WrestlePalooza now, which I did get that wrong on my WrestlePalooza match card prediction. I did not have this match on there, but getting a little ahead of myself. I just got one beef with this, and it's not really a beef. I just stop teasing the punt kick. Stop teasing it if you're not going to pay it off. I mean, I want that punt kick paid off so bad. And at first, I was a little upset that they keep doing this. But if they do it right, I'll really enjoy it. And what I mean by that is I can see them turning Randy heel for a Randy and Cody feud, whether it be for the title or not. Randy Cody feud where he pulls it out and actually hits Cody Rhodes with the punt kick to turn heel. I can see that happening. And if they do it that way, I'm all for it. But if they're just going to keep teasing it without paying it off, then stop teasing the punt kick. I mean, dear Lord, let's stop teasing it if we're not going to pay it off. But anyways, getting to that, he was going for the punt kick. The referee stepped in, trying to stop him. And then he tried to go for it anyway. Drew McIntyre moved out of the way. And then slung him, almost hitting the ref. And he turned around into a Claymore kick. 1, 2, 3. Match over. But, sorry. I got a little bit of cold. I'm sorry. We got Drew McIntyre start beating up Randy Orton and had him set Randy Orton out there at the announce table, get ready to do to Randy Orton what he did to Cody Rhodes a couple weeks prior, which would have been, it's a gruesome looking scene. It's awesome. I'm glad the way they did it with Cody Rhodes. But anyways, he goes for it. Cody Rhodes music hits. They fight. By the way, welcome back, Cody. I'm glad to see him back. And he told Drew that I will see you at WrestlePalooza. I didn't think they were going to set it up that quick. Especially, I mean, they didn't really get to have a build to it. But let me tell you something. WWE, I hope that you listen a little bit. And I know this might be a controversial opinion. I don't know. But pull the trigger and let Drew McIntyre win the WWE Championship. I think it would be perfect. I think Drew has had a good character. I think he's been persistent, and I think I like Cody going for the chase more than having the title. And you could set it up very well. You could have a ref bump, a natural ref bump, like you always do, and then have Randy Orton turn heel on him that night. Have Randy Orton come out like he's going to help him, and then that's where Randy Orton punts. That's where the punt pays off. I mean, that would just be awesome to have it pay off like that, especially at WrestlePalooza, because you're trying to make it a big card anyway and make it a big deal. That would make it a humongous deal that not only do you pay off the punt kick and set up a Randy and Cody feud, you give the title to Drew McIntyre, which I think would be absolutely fantastic. Who do you put him against? I don't know. Who you put him against for a little bit, but I tell you who his final opponent should be, and that should be John Cena for that WWE Championship in December. Which, by the way, I'm still not very happy about that they're ending John Cena's career on a Saturday night's main event, but that should be the final opponent with him with the WWE Championship and Drew McIntyre retiring John Cena at Saturday night's main event, retaining the WWE Championship. I think that's the way to go. But you build up some new talent, new feuds, giving it to Drew. Cody, I love Cody. I think he's amazing. But we've already seen this title reign for a year. Let's see somebody else hold it for a little bit. Plus, Cody is, in my opinion, better chasing the title than he is holding the title. That's just my opinion. But either way, that was our Friday night SmackDown. I'm getting ready to watch me some AAA. Leave me a comment if you would like to see a review on AAA. I will go ahead and give you a prediction. It's not now. This comes out before it's over. I do think that Dominic Mysterio wins that title tonight, and that's what I'm excited to see. So again, if you enjoyed it, please like it. Please subscribe if you're new. And I thank the ones that have subscribed. It really helps me out with me on this journey, trying to build my channel and trying to get better equipment to help make things look better. And just leave me a comment. Tell me what you thought of Friday Night SmackDown. Tell me what you would like to see in the future from this channel. And I love to get to connect with you guys in the comments. Thank you guys. Have a great day.